because they're not going to give glory to a denomination. They're not going to call it 1888 message. Adventists know what I'm talking about. They're not going to call it that. It's going to be Yah. It's going to be righteousness through Yah alone. And Israelites are going to be the ones to do it. And this is I'm noticing this among we're going to keep reading in a minute, but I'm noticing this among the chosen people that are awakening, the so-called Negroes that are awakening now. I'm noticing this. They're understanding that the power of the Father's Spirit is giving them the understanding that they are Israelites. They're understanding the curses of Deuteronomy 28, Leviticus 26 apply to them. They understand that therefore all the promises apply to them. They're understanding that. But because of two things, because of a lot of us, especially in the US of A, having been brainwashed with white Jesus and Christianity, we don't have the proper conception of justification by faith. That's why they start thinking Paul's writings are not inspired when they're among the most inspired of all writings, because they give you the key of overcoming for the whole nation. In Yahweh shall the seed of Israel be justified and shall glory. Yes, we're going to glory because we don't deserve this. And he's giving us glory that we can't even imagine. I have not seen, nor ear heard, neither come into the mind of men the thing that Yah prepared for them that trust in him. We don't even realize the level of glory we're getting ready to get. But he's going to keep his word so that the Israelite nation first gets this. Then through them, the Gentiles. And again, this is illustrated in a few areas in the Bible. First, through Peter's exchange with Cornelius and Cornelius' family in Acts 10. And then, of course, Paul, the Apostle Paul, who is Shaul, his exchange with Messiah himself being chosen. These two were Israelite men of the bloodline of Abraham that were chosen to bear witness to the Gentiles. And that has not changed. See, so when you see Gentiles leading a religious movement, you can know right now it's not right. It's not going to work. I'll tell you right now, it's backwards. It's like if you see a woman leading a religious movement. The Most High has made man in his own image, and the woman was made in the image of man. Therefore, the man is going to be the one. That's why the 144,000 are men. The Bible says of all the tribes of the children, look at the word children, it's men. The people, and then you got the women because of all of this backwards women liberation stuff we got going on, which is really the Caucasian's argument with his Caucasian man. See, women's liberation had nothing to do with Israelites, nothing to do with the Negroes. But they done drawn the woman into it to stomp the black man. That's what it's about. Black Lives Matter is 3 gay women. Come on now. To stomp the black man. All that marching ain't doing nothing for us. They've been marching for years now. We still getting shot in our heads in the street. Come on now. Wake up. When the image of Yah is restored, you're going to get redemption. You're going to get salvation. And now, through the Israelite people that have been restored, the Gentiles can now receive this truth. When you see a Gentiles trying to lead it, that's why the Messianics are messed up. They claiming the Caucasian man is the original children of Israel. They don't. They just as backwards as Sunday keepers. You're not getting no blessing until Jacob's children come around first. Better make sure they got it first. Okay? Then comes the Gentiles. To the Jew first, and also to the Greek. Let's continue. Let's read that part again. But now, verse 21, now the righteousness of Yah without the law is manifested, being witnessed by the law and the prophets, even the righteousness of Yah, which is by faith of Jesus Christ. And that's why Revelation say, these are they that keep the commandments of Yah and the faith of Jesus Christ. That would say in Revelation 14:12, here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yah and the faith of Jesus Christ. That's Yah's righteousness. That's what faith of Jesus equals Yah's righteousness. That's what it is. And that's what it says here. Even the righteousness of Yah, which is by faith of Jesus Christ. It says the same thing in Philippians. Same thing. Galatians. Same thing. This brother was preaching this, bringing it to Gentiles. Why did he bring it to Gentiles? Because as Israelites at that time, he said in Hebrews, we should already know that. We're supposed to already know that. But we here in the end of time where we live have been brainwashed in this white Jesus, Eurocentric culture for so long, we forgot. We don't even know who we are. I mean, how can the people don't even know their right name, know anything? But now he's awakening us. And so I find that the brethren don't understand this vitally important doctrine. They don't understand it. And they're too proud to admit they need this. They think, well, we Israelites by blood, we can just keep the law, put a bandana on our head and wear a beard and we're justified. No. No. You're the same sinner you always was. The same one. And you're going to struggle. And all of them are struggling. A lot of them are. And they're wondering why. They know what's right to do and they don't know because they're going about establishing it by their own righteousness, not by the righteousness of Yah. That's problem one. And because of problem one come problem two. I'm finding a lot of my dear brothers have no concept of prophecy. The only thing that makes us different from all of the gods of this earth is that our God gives us the future. And they have no idea what it is because they haven't gotten past the first part. You can't get the future unless you get his righteousness. You can't get his righteousness unless you acknowledge what Paul is saying. And apparently what Isaiah is saying. And apparently what Ezekiel is saying. In Yahweh shall all the seed of Israel be justified and shall glory. Let's continue. Verse 23. For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God, being justified freely by his grace through the redemption that's in Messiah Yahushua, whom Yah has set forth to be, here's a fancy word that gets people propitiation through faith in his blood. When you understand what propitiation means, let me just, if you look it up, you'll see. The word propitiation is literally mercy seat. I mean, it's literally mercy seat. That's sanctuary language, mercy seat, propitiation. That's sanctuary language. What does all that mean? In the sanctuary that Yah told Moses to make a copy of after the pattern that was given him from the third heaven, there's two apartments. The first apartment has the 7 golden candlesticks that we saw in Revelation 1. It also has a table overlaid in gold with 12 loaves of bread representing the 12 tribes of Israel. And then there's a thick curtain to divide that apartment from the most, that's called the holy, to the most holy. And at that curtain, right at that curtain, there's a golden altar of incense. And the altar, the incense comes up and there's a slit in the top of the curtain and it goes over the top into the most holy. And when the high priest goes into the most holy, there's the Ark of the covenant being the 10 commandments that was spoken to Israel and given to them from the Most High's words himself, having himself carved it out with his own fingers. And that's in an ark, the Ark of the covenant. That's the covenant. The Ark of the covenant is covered with a covering. The covering is called the mercy seat because it is there that Israel receives mercy. The priest would go into that most high place, most holy place, with blood, the blood of an innocent animal that did nothing to us, but was killed, representing Messiah, an innocent being that was killed for us. That sanctuary was only for the nation of Israel. It wasn't for the Egyptians, Babylonians, Romans, Greeks. It wasn't for none of them. It was only for Israel because that covenant was only spoken to the nation of Israel. It was not spoken to the earth. It was for the nation of Israel. Nothing has changed. So now, because of that, we receive mercy through the justification by faith in the blood. Let me say that again. We receive mercy at that point, at that place, by just being justified because. Therefore, in harmony with the covenant, you're in harmony with the Father because the covenant came from his mouth. That's why he said, verse 25, talking about Messiah, whom Yah has set forth to be a mercy seat, propitiation, mercy seat. He's the one that causes us to be placed back in harmony with that covenant. His blood is the thing that causes. He's the representation of the mercy seat. He's not only the high priest, it's not only his blood, but he's also the mercy seat. The covenant is of the Father, and that all is done to put us back in harmony with our Father. Now, let's start that verse again. Whom Yah has set forth to be a propitiation through faith in his blood, to declare his righteousness for the remission of sins that are past. Not talking about sins of the future, because the reason we're getting all this is because he's expecting us to move forward in his righteousness. Therefore, we are covered in righteousness. We're not dealing with sin. And yet every day, as the alcoholic, as the drug addict, we acknowledge I'm a sinner, because we know without all of that apparatus, we'd still be a sinner. We'd fall. That's why I say I'm praying for my brethren in Israel, my bloodline brethren, to wake up to this truth. The justification comes through faith. That your grace of the Messiah is what gives you the power of his spirit to obey. You have no power in yourself, no matter how much law you learn to obey. It does not forgive you of your past. Messiah's blood does. He's the mercy seat. See, when you understand that, you understand this is sanctuary language, and he's teaching this to Gentiles. Why would he go through the trouble of teaching this to Gentiles? Let's continue. To declare, I say, his righteousness, to declare, I say, at this time, his righteousness, that he might be just and the justifier of him that believed in Yahushua. Where is boasting then? It is excluded. By what law? Of works? Nay, but by the law of faith. Watch this. Therefore, we conclude that a man is justified without the deeds of the law. Is he the God of the Jews only? Is he not also the God of the Gentiles? Yes, of the Gentiles also. How is that when this whole thing was given only to Israel? How is that? Verse 20. Seeing it is one God, that's only one Yah, right? Only one true God, which shall justify the circumcision by faith. The circumcision is represented by the nation of Israel. Whenever Paul talks about the circumcision, he's talking about the bloodline people of Israel. That's us. So we're justified by faith in the Messiah's blood. He was given to us, only to us, and that covenant was only given to us. What about the Gentiles? Since the covenant wasn't given to them, what about them? He shall justify the circumcision by faith and the uncircumcision through faith. What's the difference now? Because now that we, as the chosen people, have received this covenant, through us, we can share it with the Gentiles. That's the design. Because this way, Yah keeps his word to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in blessing their seed. And at the same time, he can also save the Gentiles. But see, the Gentiles, in coming into this thing and trying to take it over and making white Jesus and Christianity, they have nothing. They have absolutely no salvation. If any of them are going to be saved, it's because of the mercy of Yah and applying that blood and that righteousness to them, and they don't even realize. Just like he told Cyrus, you belong to me and you haven't even known me. That's what he said to him in Isaiah 40. We just read this in Isaiah 45. He said, you are mine, I chose you, and you don't even know. So maybe they're saved like that. But in this days, and this is the thing, the Bible says, again, in times of ignorance, the Most High winks. But now he commands every man, all when, everywhere to repent. That's why this awakening is happening right now. Because he's trying to let these modern time Gentiles understand your churches, denominations, your white Jesuses, your institutions are of no effect. They can do nothing for you. Nothing. And for you to learn this in the proper way, you need to learn it from the awakened Hebrews. Because it is them that the covenant was given to. The oracles committed to them. The whole operation of the sanctuary is for them. So if you want a part of that, you got to come through them. In Yahweh shall all the seed of Israel be justified and shall glory. Okay, verse 31. Just to make sure. So he said, there is one Most High, which shall justify the circumcision by faith and the uncircumcision through faith. Do we then make void the law through faith? Yah forbid. We establish the law. In other words, by the Spirit of Yah, He'll Himself show us how to do things properly. When we live by the Spirit, we can walk in the Spirit. But when we walk in the flesh, we start making stuff up and we start telling people all kind of rules and regulations about what they need to do, and we just messed it all up. Let's go now to Isaiah 45. Isaiah 45. Yeah, this is verse 5. He says, I am Yahweh. He's talking about Cyrus. And there is none else. There is no God beside me. I girded thee, that thou hast not known me. He picked Cyrus. Cyrus didn't even know who he was yet. Cyrus did eventually, of course, find out. But at first he didn't know. All right, so now we left off at verse 12. Let's continue from verse 13. Isaiah 45, we'll read from verse 13. Let's go from verse 13 down to verse 18. I have raised him up in righteousness, talking about Israel. I have raised him up in righteousness, and I will direct all his ways. No, he's talking about Cyrus, I'm sorry. And he shall build my city, and he shall let go my captives, not for price nor reward, saith Yahweh of hosts. Yeah, Cyrus was going to do that, and he did. Thus saith Yahweh, the labor of Egypt and the merchandise of Ethiopia and of the Sabians, men of stature, shall come over unto thee. They shall be thine. They shall come after thee, in chains shall they come over. They shall fall down unto thee. They shall make supplication unto thee, saying, surely Yah is in thee, and there is none else. There is no God. Verily, thou art a God that hidest thyself, O God of Israel, the Savior. She made people look at this and they say, well, Jesus is not our Savior. See, the Father's only Savior. Don't be stupid. The Father saves us through Messiah. We just explained that. It also makes the Father a Savior as well, because He set the whole thing up. Okay. They shall be ashamed and also confounded, all of them. They shall go to confusion together. They are makers of idols. But Israel shall be saved in Yahweh with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded. World without end. Israel shall be saved. See, Cyrus is used to set the Israelite captives free. And Israel, the nation, shall be saved with an everlasting salvation. Remember what the first angel said? And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth. Everlasting salvation. In Yahweh shall all the seed of Israel be justified and shall glory, seeing that He shall save the circumcision by faith and the uncircumcision through faith in but one God. Praise the Most High. For thus saith Yahweh that created the heavens, and Yah Himself that formed the earth and made it. He hath established that He created it not in vain. He formed it to be inhabited. I am Yahweh, and there is none else. One God, the God of Jacob, the only true God, through the only true chosen people, the Israelites, who are now being murdered in the streets, put in jail, exploited and murdered, sabotaged at every turn in this Gentile system, because it's not our system. It's not ours. This one's going to be destroyed. And the everlasting Most High is going to set up His system. And we will prosper in that system. Praise the Most High Yah. I have not spoken in secret in a dark place of the earth. I said not to the seed of Jacob, seek ye me in vain. No, there's an end to it. There's a goal with it. Salvation for whole nation. I, Yahweh, speak righteousness. I declare the things that are right. Yes, He speaks righteousness. He speaks truth. He cannot lie. Assemble yourselves and come. Draw near together, ye that are escaped of the nations. Escaped. Why would we have to be escaped of the nations? Because we've been scattered. Scattered. It's a scattered nation, the children of Israel. See? The Gentiles like to talk about the order of their institutions. Our institutions are ordered, in our churches and our buildings and our schools and our hospitals. We have order. Our services are ordered. It's garbage. The Most High is not in the buildings. He's not there. We have scattered the true people are a scattered nation. And nobody can do anything about that but the Father. When he sends Messiah, the scattered nation will be brought together. But until that time, it's a scattered nation. And where we are is to be justified where we are. Remember, he said, you're the salt of the earth. Salt is scattered. Okay? You scatter salt over food. If you put salt in one place and just put it in your tongue, oh, it's not that good. But when you scatter it over the food, it makes the food flavorful. Salt is scattered. The Negroes are scattered throughout the earth to bring flavor to the earth. Yes, we bring in the flavor from our Father through his righteousness. Okay? Assemble yourselves and come. Draw near together, ye that are escaped of the nations. They have no knowledge that set up the wood of their graven image and pray unto a God that cannot save. No knowledge. Tell ye and bring them near. Yea, let them take counsel together. Who have declared this from ancient time? Who have told it from that time? Have not I, Yahweh? There is no God beside me, a just God and a Savior. There is none beside me. Look unto me and be ye saved, all the ends of the earth. For I am Yah, and there is none else. The God of Jacob is the only God. There's no other real choice in terms of a God that could actually save somebody. In terms of a God that could actually cause a person to be changed forever. In terms of a God that could actually give actual power, real power on this earth. There's no other choice but him. I have sworn by myself. This is where we start. The word is gone out of my mouth in righteousness and shall not return, that unto me every knee shall bow, every tongue shall swear. Surely shall one say, in Yahweh have I righteousness and strength. Even to him shall men come, and all that are incensed against him shall be ashamed. In Yahweh shall all the seed of Israel be justified and shall come to the earth. Light given to the Israelite people in order that light might shine on the whole earth. Praise the Most High Yah. Praise his name. We're going to take a break now. I'm going to come back at 12:55. It's 12:31 Eastern Standard Time. That's 24 minutes from now. I'll be back by the grace of the Most High. May the Most High bless you. If you don't come back, it's all good. Have a good Sabbath. If you do, pray for us that the Most High continue to put his spirit on us. We'll be going to Isaiah chapter 46. Praise his name.